welcome along and welcome back to Six Ashes. It is day 5 of summer and finally we've got our oats over there that have come ripe and our canola over here that's come ripe, I believe. Let's just double check these. So yeah, we've got oats over on field 17 and canola over on 11B. So yeah, look through here. And both are ready to harvest. We've also got our horse grass that we want to cut over these couple of days. So yeah, let's get started. We're going to be using this little 6810 to do our carting, as it is a great little tractor. Not much fuel in it though, so we do need to get it fueled up and connected to the trailer and down to the other part of the farm. So stop here, refuel it. There we go. And we've got the combine experience mod back in. Because we managed to fix it, we managed to sort out the issues with the moisture level. It was a big problem, that. And hopefully after this harvest, we've got 119,000 now. My hope is after this harvest, we're going to be able to start building our yard up this end. We're going to build a grain store down the far end, I think. I think it's probably going to be our better way to go. We've got much more of the farm centered around the top end. Where I'm driving at the moment, we're going to put a road in so that we've got a track between the two areas of the farm, which again might actually be better for us in doing a yard down here. In all honesty, we've probably got more space to build down at this yard, but we've got, but the other one is more central to our farm. So I don't know. I am still very much in two minds about this. It's a tough one. As I said, combine experience mod is back on here because I really love the fact that you can turn the header on and the thresher on separately. Now we should be able to get this out of here. We want to put a grain store in of some description down here, I think. Through here, like so. There we go. Right, let's start this up then. Now, do we have all of our... Yeah, we've got everything connected. We want to be going to the right to begin with. So switch over to the thresher, start that up, unfold it, and start it up. Over to the header, start that going, drop it down, and into the field. I need to cut in a little bit. Now I'm hoping that we've got... No, at the moment we are currently chopping the straw. We want to sell this straw. So it's fairly important that we have it dropping a swath. And away we go. And we're running at 3 miles an hour, which is about normal for this. But it is going quite nice and smoothly. We have plenty of time for this today, though. Even if it is a little bit slippery. And what are we getting to? 2.3 tons a hectare. That's not bad at all on this headland at the moment. So it's going to take us a little while. It took us a little while to get this field cut last time. Let's see how much we get of this first headland, because hopefully it's going to be quite good. We're coming up to the end of the first headland and our yield is low. It's actually really low, much lower than I expected, and I think this is our fault. We have, I don't think we put a second set of fertilizer on here. Looking at this, if we stop at this point here and come out to here, looking at this, our nitrogen level is not good in the main body of this field. We are only at 80 kilograms per hectare, and we should be up at like 160, which is where we are for most of our other fields. So this is yeah, pH value is absolutely perfect. Yeah, the value for our nitrogen is just too low for the oats. So that's a little bit concerning. That's why we have this issue. We're 63% full, so I think we've taken about well. Let's have a look at the harvest result on here for now. That is at an 80%, so we've dropped 20% overall with this. 20% higher should mean that we'd be about nearly 80% here, maybe 70% of our first headland, which is not really what I was wanting. But it does mean that we're not quite full yet. We're gonna make it probably about halfway round this field again before we have to empty. So it's going to be a bit of a run to grab our tractor and trailer. Otherwise, though, it's working quite well. The combine is doing fine. We are at 3 miles an hour most of the way around this field. And as a result, we should still get a pretty decent amount of oats off here, but we'll see where it goes. Getting very close to being full now. We're at 98%. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get us to this corner, lift up, and we'll just turn that off. And we've got our, auger is out. Let's pop down and grab our tractor. And as I'm not planning to actually be emptying as we're going along, what we can do is get this up here and tip it out on the corner. Like so, and get it out the way. Oh, careful. Yeah. Sometimes you have to be careful because you can turn in too early. That should do it. Like that. And this shouldn't automatically empty. I tend to use the combine unloading mod all the time now because it's just so much nicer to be able to completely control that. Out it goes into our tractor and trailer, and we're going to move that out of the way. We've got a couple of failed areas of crop in here as well, so this isn't going to be as much oats off this field as I had hoped. Unfortunately, should still be a fairly nice amount, but it's not quite going to be as much as I'd hoped. Let's move the tractor and trailer out the way. We'll put these over here. We can come and grab them later. Turn that off. How much fuel do we have in this combine? Oh, we're fine. We're absolutely fine as far as fuel goes at the moment. We'll load it up as we go round. Start up our header again. Back into the headlands. And I think we're going to take 4 headlands off this field. That should give us enough turning space to do this. And I think we're sort of aligned with this side of the field, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, this is the straighter, longer edge. So it makes more sense to align this way. We've got this area behind the barn here. This is a big reason why I'm thinking this might be a better yard down this end. We just have this area of grass down this back part of this shed here that would just make a great yard. And this is the thing, there is space down here that just works better. I don't know what to do with that top barn. I'm half tempted actually to use the map item hider mod, get rid of the barn up the top, center our yard down here, and work on that premise, because yeah, we could have a really nice yard down the back. We got space up the front then, and it would be a really good place to center our farm round. And the more I think of it, the more it works from that point of view. And then just putting in a road up the side of that grass field, getting that grass field properly ploughed, and going from there just seems to make better sense. And then we can always put the grain store and things on this side or the other side. I think I want to look at what we have in the way of sheds and barns and options and things like that. And after this year's harvest, see where we might extend this farm and increase it. Especially as looking at the state of the fields and looking at field prices, where we're going to be buying and extending is very much going to be this side. So we'll be looking at field 58, 60 and 61, because while the ground isn't great around them, they are nice and close to everything we've got. Similarly, 18 is a good choice around us, and 19 I think as well, and then you start getting into the dairy farm. So we're very limited with where we are as to what parts of the field we can work at, or what parts of the map we can work and where we can go. So yeah, I think that's gonna be the way to go, is to look at that, because the top barn is a little bit more limiting. We can't get the combine in there without taking the header off, and this header does not transport well. So yeah, I think we're going to be looking at. The more I think about it, the more I'm looking at the barn and the area around the stables as an area that is easier for us to do stuff with. Coming up to the end of our third headland, and we are nearly 80% full. I think, do you know what? I think we forgot to weed this field as well. I'm seeing patches of weed. We've really done badly making sure this field of oats is right for harvest. I could have done so much better here and got a much better yield off this, I think. Now I'm going to come out here and we'll finish this headland here. I was considering a fourth headland, but to be perfectly honest, I don't think we need it. I think there's enough turning space for this combine here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to cut in along here. Hopefully at 85% we should have enough space. I want to line myself up with this, and we're just going to square off this side of the field here. So like that. What is our direction? 60 degrees by the looks of things is, no, 60, it's about 61, 62 degrees. But if we can square off this little bit of the field here, we're going to make space opening. We're going to be able to open the field up quite nicely, square things off, make things easier for us overall. But also, because we are so close to a full tank, it kind of makes it a little bit easier for us as well, because we've got a smaller amount of stuff. We can more easily empty the tank of the combine when it comes up in about 8% time. Combine is full. We got 2.5 rows into this cut-in, so we'll just pull this underneath, and this takes 3 full loads off this combine, which is quite good. Oh, let's unload it properly. And we're not over it. Right, let's just move this. Sometimes it can be a little bit finicky, this combine. You have to get the spout. I do like that you have to get the spout right over it for it to work. There we go. And go. There we go. Get that emptied out and doing nicely. And this is the thing. We are still getting a decent amount of oats off here. We're gonna have probably somewhere in the region of about 30,000 litres off here, maybe. We're up to 12. No, we're up to about 8,000. Or maybe not. Yeah, I don't think it's quite going to be that high. We might get 20,000 litres off here. Now let's turn this off. Yeah, because this trailer only takes 11,500. Let's start up the thresher again. Bring our bits in. Start up the front. And away we go. So yeah, it's not quite going to be as high as I'd probably hoped for this field, but you know, we make enough. We've got enough for the horses. In fact, we had enough for the horses before we started because we had the leftovers from our other contract. I think we may need a lorry this year. I think if we can get a lorry that holds like 40,000 litres or something, that is going to be enough for us to be selling stuff on our farm and would be quite useful to have around. So a rigid body, not an Arctic, just to have around, and because we're just not producing that much stuff most of the time. The only crop where we produce a larger amount than that really is the carrots. And yeah, we're gonna have fun storing them this year, and this is why I think I need to look at the farm and getting the farm extended sooner rather than later, because if we don't, we are gonna run into problems with storage. There we go. So the carrots will pretty much always need to be stored on the floor, whereas if we can get a grain store or a simple silo, we only need a small silo, to be honest, and then we can sort things. So I think we might look at the options for that in the near future, especially as we're about to empty this cane grain trailer with one more load from this combine. Field is squared off, and we're cutting in. We're doing it at 62.5 is roughly where I'm aiming this. Seems to be about right for where we'd cut before. You can see on the mini map it's keeping roughly parallel with how we've squared the field off on the right hand side, and yeah, we are pulling in a nice amount of oats still on here. We've got 2.4 tons per hectare. It's such a pity that I forgot to both weed this. I messed up. Oh man, did I mess up? This could have been so much bigger crop than we've got. This is something we've got to watch going into the next year, and I'm kind of hoping. I don't think I've fouled up any of my fields badly enough with that, but it's yeah, we've got to watch this going into next year. Make sure that we keep all of our fields properly fertilized and properly weeded. Otherwise, yeah, we're gonna run into issues like this again, where we end up with a crop that is well, an 80% yield is not good. You know, we should be getting a higher yield than this on here, and we're throwing it in after soybeans as well. So this should, looking at our crop rotation, this should give us a yeah, we should be having a 120% boost. So we're a little bit higher anyway because we are coming off the soybeans and onto this, but still, how much higher would this have been had we actually got everything done properly? I'm beginning to think that 30,000 litres was a tad ambitious a target for this field. We are at 96%. We're just finishing the little bit off this cutting, and yeah, we are well over halfway through this field. I'm actually going to disable that, switch over, disable that, and we'll go and empty at this point because we want to cut in again. But I feel our trailer is probably getting very near full, if not full off this. And this is the first trailer load we've got off here. So we're not looking at a great thing here. Let's see where we are. Still not far enough over this trailer. Let's try that again. There we go. And empty. So yeah, that trailer is looking pretty full for what we've got, and therefore I reckon that this is going to empty out now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the shed. We're going to create an area for us to put this. We've actually got the collisions on the shed aren't great as far as Grain storage go. Wow, 40, that is full. 49 litres. So let's put our header down, turn this off, and we'll go and sort this out in the shed as we've got a couple of minutes. So this little 6810 has done us really well. It's showing its age now. We're coming up to 30 hours with it on this map, but it is still going strong. It's still going very, very strong. What we need to do though is we have a whole load of space in here. We need to make sure that we can tip stuff into here without fear of it going through the walls. And to do that, I'm going to use... Now, I think, what have we got in here? Oh, that's just the egg storage, right. What we're looking for is, I think it must be under miscellaneous. It's either going to be under miscellaneous or decorations in this new shop sorter. And it is, you see, we've got these temporary barriers here, hardened plastic barriers that are 35. Or we should have, could be under decoration. Yeah, here we go. We've got these, which are absolutely brilliant. So let's see if we can put down some of these concrete barriers. They are 50, so we're going to have to go right into here for this. Turn ourselves around, and you can see the targets on them, or the collisions on them. So we're going to put these along the back wall here. So turn that. The idea being that we can create a nice area that is completely removable for us later. Now I'm slightly worried that we're going into the shed here. Yeah, let's just turn that slightly, right? And then we want to turn it 90 degrees and put some more along this edge here, and hopefully these will then hold this in and also hold the other stuff out. So there we go, like that. And we'll have to move this one slightly forward in order to be we'll go there, and thus creating a really good barrier and a really good container for us going forwards into this area. We lost a little bit of oats there, but it's okay. And that should do it. Right, and then what I'm going to do is I am just going to put a little bit of a divider down the center so that we can easily... Got two areas. So now we've created a nice little grain store area with some removable concrete slabs. I'd kind of like that they're all a little bit higgledy-piggledy. That to me is a little bit more realistic. So then we can start this up and we'll have space to put our oats in here. And this we can use as a storage area now until we've got one set up, probably down in this yard. The more I think about it, I mean, let me know in the comments, but the more I think about it, the more we want to sort of abandon the shed in the middle of the farm. Maybe use that for something else later. We could use it as a temporary grain store now as well. But I think here is going to be the better place for us. Is that going to tip? Yeah. Oh, no, there we go. Sometimes it's a little slow to get these things to tip. And if we put it in the middle of this space... Oh, it's going through the barriers. These concrete barriers do not have the tip collision I was hoping for. Never mind. Oh, maybe it does, because it has piled it a little bit. So, yeah, I think we might be all right. We've not got any outside at all. So that's all good. So we can get the rest of this field done and dusted, and we're going to have to work out what we're going to do, because I want to get this field nicely baled up as well. We need to get that done, and we've got like 4 days. What have we got weather-wise? So weather-wise, over the next few days, we're actually pretty good. Today, we've got harvest tomorrow, we've got harvest Tuesday, we've got harvest Wednesday, and Thursday's dry. So unless we suddenly see a load of rain in our forecast, we're actually fine leaving this like it is for now, and just getting on with the rest of our harvest. Speaking of which, let's get this started up. That started up, and we'll cut in. I think we'll probably do 2 more cut-ins by the looks of things. So we'll head into our crop from here. Be at 62. No, we're not. We're at 64. We want to be at 62 degrees. There we go. 62.5. In we go. Whoa. And what would really help would be to lower our header as well. And yeah, we definitely have weeds in this field. We're into the second cut-in, and we are now 97%, so we're going to have to unload in a minute. I've actually misjudged this one a little bit. I didn't leave anywhere near enough. We've got a very, very thin line going down the right-hand side. Whoa, 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 whoa. And in my talking, I've missed the fact that our combine is full. We don't really need to be losing this crop. I mean, it's not good for us at all to be driving through and losing crop like that, especially with this low yield. So let's jump in our Ford, start her up, and it's about a 50-50 split either way we go around, so especially as we've got to come out the other side anyway. So let's take this up the top and empty from the top end. But you can see this thin strip that I've left here isn't great. I prefer not to do that. And we've got more of a cut-in to go than I thought. I mean, part of that is due to the fact that I have cut in way too early and misjudged the width of my header. But part of it is because there really is that much left. Right, let's put that there. Jump in and unload. That is good. Now, can we get another? I think we can get another, probably another tank's worth off of here. I don't know if there's 2 tanks worth. It's taking about 5.5 rows to do a tank, and yeah, we've got another 2 rows here to do. So yeah, I think we'll get another tank. Whether we get a tank after that, that is going to be the big question. Drove drop down. Perfect. I just want to jump out of this now that we've made a little bit of space. Turn that off. And jump back into our combine. And away we go again. So we might get nearly 20,000 litres off here. 2 full tanks would be 18,000. We get nearly 12,000 into the trailer, so we could be looking at about 12,000 litres off here. It's going to be interesting to see the harvest stats when we get to the end of this field, and see how well this field, or how profitable at the moment this field appears to be. As expected, it looks like we're going to get 1 more tank out of this. We are at 96%. But our field, we're running out of field. What, we've got another 200, less than 200 litres space in the tank, but we've got very little. We've got like 1 strip left. Yeah, we have 1 strip of oats left. Is this going to fill up? We need like a couple of 100 litres on top of a full tank in order to fully, in order to get 20,000 litres today. I think I'm hoping the harvest screen, when we have a look at it, is going to tell us exactly how many litres of oats we've got off here. But we are at 99%. Let's empty this out. There may be a couple of 100 litres here. It's also gone 6 o'clock in the evening, so it has been a full day's harvesting. I do like the size of this harvester for the size of fields that we're working on here. None of the fields we work at the moment are huge. Looking at the size of, yeah, so 60 and 61, 58 would be a good field size for us, I think. Very similar to our current field sizes. So I think we need to look at that. But we've got lots of things to pay for at the moment. We need to get, I want to buy a carrot harvester. We can buy a used carrot harvester for about 80,000, which we have the money for at the moment. We also want to buy some buildings and a grain store and things eventually. So it's all, yeah, there's a lot of stuff to buy and not a huge amount of money available. So we'll empty this out. And I'm going to leave our 6810 running because we've not got much further to go. How many more litres have we got here? It's not going to be 200. It's not going to be 100, is it? Yeah, it's a tiny amount. Look at that. Combine speeding through it. We'll turn off the header. We'll turn off that and lift up the header because we're not of any use for it. Oh, I did turn it off. 7,774 litres. If this goes over 8,000, it needs to go much over 8,000 though. We do not have the oats in this combine for that. There we go. So turn off our combine. Jump into our tractor. 7,820 litres. So yeah, not enough to get over 8,000 litres in here. But we want to get this tipped into our shed, ready for next time. Ready for us to move on to the canola next time. As I said, we're not going to bale this immediately. We actually have sunshine for a little while. If we do look like we have rain threatening, we'll keep a close eye on the weather. But yeah, if it does look like we're going to end up with some rain, what we'll have to do is get it baled and collected quickly. That's why we still have the bale stacker. That's why we're still paying to keep that about. Right, let's back this up. Ooh. Yeah, this is the thing. This barn is great for storing equipment and things. Not so great for grain storage like this. We also need to go up the top and get our other oats and collect those up because they are going to be needed to be put down here as well. All of that will be sold at the same time. And as I said before, what we'll do is we'll buy... buying oats is a fairly good thing for us. And I think that has stopped the oats spilling out the back of the oh wow, it really hasn't stopped it spilling out in most places. Yeah, we need better storage. Yeah, it is going everywhere. So yeah, we need better grain storage. We'll get that sorted. Let's turn that off though. And before we go, I want to have a quick look at how successful we've been with this field. So we click on field 17. And we should make 18,000. We have 900 on soil samples, 762 on lime, 100 on liquid fertilizer. We spent a load of money on slurry, but that isn't counted here because it doesn't count as something you can buy. Seeds. Yeah, seeds we spent. So we spent 5,000 on it, and we've got and we should get 23,000 back because our yield is. Where's our yield? Does it actually tell me that? Yeah, 65,000 litres. 20. There's no way we made that. Yeah. That figure seems off. I think we're going to make that much money, but 65,959 litres. No, we did not get that many. I think we're lucky if we got 20. But that is the first day of harvest done. I made a mistake. We did not get the yield we wanted. But maybe the canola will be better next time. But tune in a few days' time to find out. For now, though, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.